Pat should have never have been killed off. A pretty easy conversation to have, as I don't think you'll have a lot of people who will defend the killing off of Pat, because she was a true legacy character brought in 86. Obviously, had kids with Peter Beale, Simon Wicks, David Wicks, fucking a lot of influence and a lot of like characters, the famous stuff with Peggy and Frank. And even at that point kind of acted as if what I'd imagine Kat will be in like 20 years if she's still on the show. That kind of like, she will help you out if she has the time, and she'll give you the light of day, even if you may have had a checkered past, because, Pat did have a checkered past. But ultimately just kind of played that like older Nan type character that like the show so desperately needs at this point. I mean, at this point you do have Yolande, and she's the only one kind of playing that role, I guess. But I don't think Yolande really has as much love for the character as, a fucking... Like, because Yolande never had the fucking huge storylines, did she, Like, at least Pat was, Pat was never the main character, but she was always... She didn't always have a story, but she was always... You'd always tell where she was. She had her famous lines. Obviously, the Frank and Peggy stuff. The fucking... Janine, she's about as Jewish as a bacon sandwich. The entire fucking wedding. Just... like... It's so good. And she was so good at doing those lines. Especially if you have Janine. Because obviously, Janine was like... If fucking Janine was Tom, Pat was Jerry. Just fucking, you think you're winning this time? Nah. Get fucked, Janine, you fucking dick. I'm doing it because I love you, but also, you fucked up this time.
I'm hoping if we do end up doing off the 2016, I'm excited to see Pat's brief return with Peggy. I understand.
I'm just pretty sad that we've managed to miss all of Pat. Like, if she just died in the show, unfortunately. Like, if we ever, I don't know how long the Who Killed Lucy stuff's gonna go on for a while, but I do want to go through a period where we actually get to have Pat as a fucking character. But yeah, I do agree though. I do agree to answer the statement. I do agree that Pat should never have been killed off. Because like I said, people are yearning for that kind of Pat character now. All right, they tried Vi Highway. They tried Arshad and Mariam. They were like sibling. They were like related to Masood. They tried
Janine, not Janine.
God, I didn't get what you said anyways. You had... Where is it? What am I trying to say here? There's Ted and Joyce Murray. They were also the token old character. I think the last kind of older characters who were actually viewed of really well is Pam and Les Coker. Because you had Pam who, had that relationship with Ben, and obviously Paul died, unfortunately, but, Pam and Ben are still really close, and, she means a lot to it. And she was that kind of like older. Obviously, they ran the funeral parlor. It was just a really cool fucking thing. I did like their dynamic personally. But yeah, you are desperately missing out on these characters. I guess you do have Patrick as well, who kind of fills the role. But I don't know.
I mean, Ash, go on, say the line, because that's all Patrick does. Say the line.
No, he does more than that. He does. But ultimately,
he barely does more. All sit there and goes, "Yes, man." That's all he does.
He says, "Yeah, man."
I'm backing a few horses today, lads. I thought it was yes.
He fucking messed up his only line. Go on, say the famous line. The famous line. Yes, mother. Sorry.
Who's your daddy?
But like, and Pat, look, it's why you want these big, bold characters, because they can deliver the ridiculous fucking lines. Alright? Who knew that fucking "you bitch, you cow" was gonna... That was the last line said before Peggy died. How is that line... How is that line said endearingly, and is the last thing that was said, like in Peggy's death? It's ridiculous. And I think it would have been an interesting storyline to see. Imagine if Pat was actually there. Imagine if Pat was actually there during Peggy's exit storyline. It'd be fucking phenomenal. It's just, I don't know, it's always a criminal. At least, like, and the actress she's still alive. She's still doing just fine. Like, it's just, I don't know, I think it was that, it's always what I kind of view. Obviously, the 2010s was an okay enough time in the show, but I just think there was a lot of very short-sighted decisions that led to a lot of, like, damage that you just can't really repair. Because if you're fucking killing off every single interesting character you made in that time period, well, now you gotta fucking make new ones, and sometimes, if you're not a very good writer, making new characters is hard. You know? It's quite difficult to make interesting new characters. That's what fucking happened. All these interesting characters brought in the 2010s, the Michael Moons, the Derek Brennans, that's fucking kill off Pat Butcher, Ricky Bianca, they're fucking gone. Like, all these, like, and it kind of, because it was a bad time in the show, it made a lot of the fucking legacy characters say, fuck this, I'm out. I don't want to fucking be here anymore, lads. Like Abby as well. Fucking, there's just so many of the characters that just shouldn't have been killed off that did because they got bored. Like, it'd be funny. That'd be an interesting storyline. And it usually is, but it's usually never fucking worth it. Like, as much as I enjoy the idea of Nasty Nick dying where he killed Reg Cox, like his past has fully crept up to him. Like, imagine if you still had either Nick Cotton or someone who you poised as the new Nick Cotton, you know? You had someone take over. You had someone, like, take that role away from him and give it to someone else. But you never did. Because ultimately, like, you know, we are wrestling fans. It's always a wrestling idea of, like, pass the torch. You know? You are no longer the fucking... You're no longer, like... You're not holding anymore. You're right. You're too old. You got to move on. You can't just fucking keep doing the same shit.
Yeah, it's you want to see that in every sport and every fucking wrestling as well. But you do want someone to pass the torch. But then again, it just depends, because at least in wrestling, someone can go, yeah, I want to pass the torch. But in EastEnders, someone has to tell you, look, you're passing the torch. Because they can't really, like, the actor or actresses can't go up and be like, hey, I just want to pass this, like, gimmick or persona on to someone else. Because the writers will 90% of the time be like, no, fuck off. You're not doing that. Go read your script, you old bitch. That's essentially it.
But it's just it's something that you could so easily do. But you just don't for some reason. And I don't fucking understand why. Like, you're supposed to, as much as if you're putting these fucking huge figures to the grave, you better have someone that can fucking replace them. Not like entirely, you know, but you need someone to have that same. Like, look, if you take Pat and Peggy away from the show, if you view it in terms of, like, space, that's a lot of fucking space that you've just freed up for anybody else to move into their shoes. Like, you know, if you get rid of the Undertaker, you better fucking have someone else who's gonna do the similar shit, because, you know, he had his shit that. Yeah, but point being, he had all this stuff that he did. You know, all right, Mania, he's gonna have a match. It's gonna be a big deal. That's his fucking spot. No one's taking that away from him. But you need to, like, move someone else up into that conversation. And I don't think they ever really did that with a lot of the characters they killed off. Because, look, they were really good at killing off characters. not the best at bringing them up. They were fucking amazing at killing off characters. Never really knew what to do with them.
See, it's funny when you look at it, because it is literally that joke where it's literally two people fighting over something. Like, I want to. So here is my notice. Like, oh, you want to be killed off? No, I want to take killed off. Break, killed off. It's like, no, break. Just give me a fucking break. Yes. I hear you're complying here now. You want to be killed off. It's like, oh, fine, just fucking kill me off. I just wanted a break so I can go and be with my kids for 2 weeks. Fuck you. It's essentially it. Like, which is funny because it's like the amount of characters you could have just given breaks, but you chose to go, I hear what you're complying there, love. You're making a very hard bargain, and I really see what you're going for. Like, you want 2 weeks off for a month.
Imagine, mate.
But you want.
Imagine this. Imagine in 20 years' time, maybe you have a bunch of characters go off to an old people's home. Imagine you have this group of lads in this old people's home. You have Phil Mitchell. You have fucking Jack, Max, and Derek Brannick. You have Gene, who's still around somehow making the food, and you can just add so many more ridiculous characters into this. Like, just imagine like the fucking how funny it would be to just have all of those. Like, you could add tons more. You could add tons more of interesting ones. Just imagine that, like, they treat it like it's fucking politics. I remember getting told a story of how one person I know, their nan was in I think they're also in like a mental hospital or something. I don't know what the right terminology is regardless. But you know, they were kind of there. But like this woman treated it like it was the fucking Godfather or some shit. Like, there was some serious like politics going on. And so one time, I think it was just because they said something really dumb, like, "I don't like your hair," and then this fucking like just fucking had a meltdown, just fucking flipped the table on him and just fucked off. And then they just got him like written up for something fucking wild. But like, it's still like, just imagine the depth you could have if you had a lot of these characters still laying around, but you don't. Like, even just like the woman characters in the fucking old people's home. You have fucking Sharon, you have Kat, you have fucking Linda. Like, even more, you have all these fucking, like, even Bianca, get fucking Bianca in there. It's fucking carnage. It's absolute. Obviously, this isn't where it should go. This isn't what should happen. But imagine Phil and Max having a brawl over the last fucking, like, chocolate mousse or whatever. Yeah, just fucking. No, fucking it's mine. Yeah. Well, don't fucking start on me, Phil. Your ticker's dodgy, mate. So we're fucking dodgy enough to sort you out. And it's just a bunch of old fucking dickheads just having a fight. It'd be great. Obviously, that's not where the show should go. But it's, in a sense, my way of saying let's mourn the loss of all these characters, because there's so much more interesting stuff you could have done with them had you not fucking murdered them all. Like, and it's always a risk with soap. It's always a fucking risk, because some fucking producers just fucking hate characters. Like, Pete Beale nearly died about 7 times. He nearly got cut so many fucking times. People just didn't like him for some reason. I don't know why.
But my favourite is just, I know it's about Pat, but my favourite about Pete Beale is just the fucking IRA bombing that was supposed to happen. Like, I understand people don't like when I bring it up, but I don't care.
Yeah, but like, it's not you saying it should have happened. It was a fucking EastEnders producer. Like, yeah, IRA bombing, Pete Beale gonna die. What? How? And obviously he got fired immediately.
Like obviously, our moment for that would be fucking Alfie Moon 2018, because that guy fucking despised Shane Ritchie. Like, what? Like my amusement is, what did Shane Ritchie do to that producer? Like, did he shit in his cereal or something? Because like no matter what, like it's like how Dean on the show gets egg in his face. That was quite literally it for Shane Ritchie, where they were like, "Oh, Shane, you're going to the bathroom. You used the last piece of toilet roll, didn't you? Fuck you. That's another week you're being killed."
But like I don't know, it's a criminal shame that Pat didn't get to, because it would have especially built out Pat's legacy. Like EastEnders is deprived of these older characters that's supposed to help the younger people like kind of get their shit together. Like the amount of people that Dot like rehab their image, like the entire relationship between Dot and fucking Fatboy, pretty much made people want Fatboy to come back, and they're still clamoring for him to come back now. Like, and that was mostly just Dot. That was mostly just Dot. That was what her input did, because you got to see a more serious side to the comic relief, and like you just don't have that anymore, unless it's like Yolande and Patrick. But like, you love Patrick, don't care for Yolande. She's all right, but she's not fucking favorite of anyone because she's never had that big storyline, and it's just like, obviously it wouldn't hurt as much, like you said, if they hadn't fucking built up someone else in her place, because you're never gonna be able to replace Pat. The actress and the character are one of a kind, and they cannot be fucking replicated. But you could have fucking tried to do something, like. That's simply the case. Wouldn't it have been nice if you gave enough of a fuck to actually try?
But the one thing like we can all admit is at least Pat got her the reason about death, and she wasn't just treated like Doc Cotton or June Brown.
Yes.
It's like, oh, June, you can't read your lines, fucking whore. And it's like, what the fuck did I do now? I just can't read my lines. Yeah, that's where you get, you stupid bitch. And it's like, no, I'm a genuinely nice person. Why you treat me like a piece of shit?
I've been here for like 35 years, lads. Why you fucking hating me? Well, fucking, Why can't you read? Because my eyes are fucking going, because I'm like 94. Well, should have fucking got stronger fucking glasses, you bitch. Fucking mate, I've given you the clothes off my back so you can be successful. Nah, not gonna accommodate you. Great. Like, I'm glad she fucking left if that was how she was being treated. But I know this is a video about Pat, but it is, and I've made this point so many times that people are upset, that I'm still upset about it. It's never cleansed the palate, but it is fucking criminal how badly June Brown was treated in the end. And like, she wasn't gonna fucking say anything about it. She just went, John Altman, the guy who played Nasty Nick, like, if people ask, here's the message to fucking spread. I'm gonna fuck off now. I'm done. I'm off. Never going back. And like, it's still just absolute criminal shame as to how fucking. It's just not how you fucking treat anyone. It's like the old adage of, like, worker who's worked in the fucking factories for 30 years gets a watch and a fucking hot dog on the way out, and it's like, you spent your whole life there. Where's the fucking like, where's the respect? It'd be like if we suddenly went, all right, Piggy, you've been booted from Watching Walford. Thanks for all your time and service. You're just all the videos that you're in are gonna get deleted. And we're never going to talk about you like you never happened. It's like, fucking, well, you spent a year doing this.
Like obviously I don't want to harp on June Brown's exit, but it's like a dog who you've loved for 10 years, and you desperately want to keep the dog, and you'll do anything to keep the dog, but you're just an unreasonable dickhead who's like, well, the dog's old, has arthritis and is shitting himself. Honey, get the shotgun. It's like, you could care for the dog. And it's like, no, get the shotgun. And that's how I feel with June Brown, where June Brown was like, you can look after me, lads. And they're like, get the shotgun. Get the fucking shotgun.
Yeah,
like, come on, lads. I'm not that bad. Like, yeah, you get the shotgun. You can't fucking see anymore. Get that fucking shotgun. And it's like, okay, I'm leaving. Fuck you.
Yeah.
My favorite, I just want to say my favorite example I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but it's funny. There's a Team Fortress 2. I don't know if you've seen this. It's a Team Fortress 2. Like has an item shop. This this guy started messaging this guy to get some keys, like because you can exchange on this website.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm going to give you my dog in exchange for these keys." And the man was like, "I just can't accept the dog." And then they were like, "Yeah, just have the dog." So he took the fucking dog, and the dog's like 10. He can't look after the dog. That's how I feel with June Brown. They're just like, "Okay, we can't look after you. Fuck off. Go home, June.
Absolutely
Go home."
unreasonable, that is. Yeah. Do you agree that Pat should have never have been killed off? Notice I've gone back into serious voice now to actually deliver the outro. It's quite formulaic when you think about it. If you hear me say, "There we are," that's when the video ends. But yes, if you have any thoughts or comments about this, make sure to comment on the video down below and tell us whether you think Pat should still be around. Obviously, it would be cool to see if anybody actually got a response from Pam St. Clement, which is a fucking amazing name. I'll say that much. Fucking fantastic name. To see if she would actually, like, if there was any fucking reality where she could be back, whether she'd actually do it. But with how she was treated, don't really think she would. But there we are. Thank you for watching the video. If you want to go and support us, we have a Instagram, a Twitch, and a Twitter at Watching Walford. We have a Patreon, a Coffee, and YouTube memberships. All different forms of donations if you want to support the channel financially. We have a wrestling channel called One More Match where we review WWE, ECW, and finally we have a Discord if you want to join in on the conversation and make sure you don't miss out on anything. Thank you for watching. Join us in the next one. Bye-bye.